Hello, and today we're going to be building a ranch, because though we have cows, that other area has built up a bit more, and this seems like a good extension to start with. So we're going to build a simple open-air barn with two main pillars, the central columns, and the roof support here. We're going to take it up. This is going to be another pitched roof, just like the log cabin and the woodcutter's lodge. There we go. We're gonna just have wooden support frames. I'm gonna drag it out 4 and then put 3 blocks up, just to give it a good amount of space. This area's got a lot of cows and chickens, couple of pigs, but no sheep. So this area can't have wool until we've decided whether there's going to be a trade between the villages or what's going to happen. But they do have access to fish and cows, which will work for clothing for now at least. Change the slant on this roof as it progresses. This whole area is going to be based off of producing livestock for food instead of making bread, as there's not really a good place or thematic reason where they would go heavily into bread and grain production when they have other crops, such as the pumpkins that we found in the spruce area before the logging camp, and the fish. So I'm just going to drag this out, give it a bit of a ledge. And then just continue down the length, roofing with full planks this time, because the village is advancing a bit, getting a proper cattle area, instead of just something that is a fenced-in open area. This is a proper sheltered cattle area, so that you don't have to worry about storms or other problems, or even cold weather affecting the animals. And I'm going to add a chicken coop alongside this as well. It's with pumpkins, the sugarcane by the shore, and something else that will be posted later. We can make pumpkin pie as an alternative to bread. We can have cooked beef, as an alternative to cooked mutton, cooked fish as an alternative to some other things, and in general just change variety of food for this area and show better differences. Now, I have terraformed the region a decent bit, so to say, just cutting out sections like this, as long as it's in a more natural curve, it blends into the environment better. I'm just going to cut out this little area here so you can have a nice fenced-in region without things being able to get in and out. Cut across a curve here. For the most part, I like to build with the curves of the land, but when I want something a bit more flat and built, like a fenced-in area, I do prefer just doing a bit of leveling before getting the work done. Just add everything together. So, now I'm just going to bring this up by 1, and I'm going to continue the roofing on this side. There we go. Though this doesn't have the same effect as using the patterned hay bales, I thought it would be a bit weird. It would be a bit weird to have hay bales as part of their food structure, and then also their roof. so I've decided against it, to have a nice built-in wooden roof where the animals can take shelter during hard weather times. Yeah. Just continue the pattern. So I'll show you how to build up feed and water troughs as part of the set dressing after this whole frame is up. You could put a block behind this just to make the staring a bit easier, because you have to aim from the front to that bottom edge if you're doing it without. So I'm going to leave this open, except for just the very edges here. So the entire front and the back is going to be open air. They can come in and out of the building if they want, depending on the environment. We use some stairs to produce a little bit of internal depth to the building. Use some corner theirs to tie it in. Then I'm just going to fence off like a bedding area here. So I'm just going to use fences and drag it out to about halfway, with a big opening in the middle that they can get through, and then a packed dirt section as a kind of bedding area. Cows in this game don't sleep, so technically you don't need that, but I like it as a thematic reason. And then I'm going to continue the existing fence, tying it with light posts. We'll probably need to remove these light posts, because after it's not in a corner and if they interact with it straight on, it can lead to them getting over, because they are just a full block and now they no longer have a corner to stop them. But for now, I'm just going to drag this out, give them a nice fenced-in area. You see where the cows are currently, I'm probably going to change that to be the chicken coop area, because they need a lot more space than a full cattle area does. I'm just going to tie it in with the grain fence, the wheat fence. So, if you want to make like a water trough or a food trough, you set out 3 trap doors, and then 1 on each end. Leave them up like this, making sure to leave this open gap so you can fill it with water without issues. Because if you have one of the trapdoors starting from that internal gap, then you'd be trying to waterlog the block instead of filling it. You can do the same thing to have a fenced-in grain or feed trough here. That is most of the area. Still need to light it up, put the fences in. So, one fence here, where it connects kind of to the path. And then I'll just let out the cows after lighting this area. Cows are always an easy option along with sheep, because they do just eat wheat as a base. There's no special crop that you need to get from killing zombies or looting chests or getting lucky with a treasure trove or something in the game. You can just get it by breaking enough grass. And you see there, they've jumped up. Just patch up this ground here. Get a few cows in here. You can just pull them from the wild, and they're jumping across there. Replace these. Because yeah, now they're not in the corner. They're not as likely to just stay here. So, it's a full area. You can see where I've terraformed, the grass is already starting to come in. Just tie the where the cows used to be, I'm gonna build a separate chicken coop. Just a different fence area. Chickens can always be more of a problem, so I'm gonna keep the original fence gate, and then also build one from the inside so I can access it, and if they get out, then chickens just get out into the bigger pen, not fully out, because they are a pain to herd. So this one is going to be much simpler, much smaller. You can technically put chickens in like a half block gap. This is going to be a full block coop with just like a small extended panel area out here. So it's like a small peaked roof. So I'm gonna go like that, and then I'm just gonna put a little well here. Put in a water source for them, so they're not a problem. Though I don't like hitting my animals, it is the fastest way to get them out of an area they're not supposed to. Other than just smiting them. That does put another thing. This area, because it doesn't have access to wool, their clothing will all be based off of hides and leather. And these chickens will be for the difference. Yeah, see, there's chickens, there's cows, there's pigs, but because it's not near that big mountain area that the other one is, there's no sheep. There's no way to get wool. Which is why this area, unlike the Fields place, won't have a banner until much later. But they do have a very unique look. So it's not that difficult to ID which one you're at. This is the woodsman's camp. And that's it. Full garden area. Filled with all of the animals I need.